One thing that shocked me was that English is really a problem here sometimes. I mean, I knew before that they don't really speak English that much and stuff, but I didn't think that it was so extreme. Old people, mostly they don't. Like, if you find some, then they want to flex with the few words they know. That's really cute sometimes. Goodness. Come on, I have a video to do. But even some important institutions where you expect actually all people or most people to speak English, they don't. For example, I went to immigration office in Daejeon. In Busan that was a bit different, but in Daejeon, maybe because it's not the biggest city or whatever, but I mean, still it is a big city. It's the 5th biggest city from like Korea. But there was only one person who spoke English in the whole immigration office. Guys, it's like, no, you can't do this. In immigration office, you have to deal with so many foreigners. How in the world, like, I can't understand it. The same when they said, yeah, we have only English speakers available on these 2 days from 9 to 12. I was like, why not all the time? If someone wants to call, have problems, why can I call only on these 2 days? It's like really weird. I mean, of course, if it's another like exotic language, I understand that, but English, I don't expect everybody to speak English or to speak my language. I mean, I'm in Korea, I have to also use a bit Korean and I try when I can. But for those kinds of things, like immigration office, come on, it's like, no, it should be. I mean, so many Korean people say that they are practicing English right now because they need it for their job. But apparently on the street, even young people, when I sometimes speak to them or try to ask for something and then I have to switch from Korean to English, they really don't understand at all what I say sometimes. It's like, wow, your education system is really a mess. Their education system is really, really bad. Like, honestly, the things they do is just writing things and learning them. They don't even have a discussion round or something. They don't even have the possibility to practice their English speaking skills. Even though they know a lot of grammar and theory, but they can't really use this. They may understand you sometimes when you speak in English to them, but they don't know how to speak at all sometimes. So that's a really big minus in their education system, and many people just hope that this will come to an end. Their education system is indeed horrible, especially for high schoolers. I am shocked about the thing that in high school, they can be in school from 8 in the morning to 10 in the evening, like 14 hours straight. Like, so after their kind of official classes until maybe 4 p.m., they have like those additional classes, which are anything but a volunteer thing. They just have to do it. High school life is just no life. And many schools are really strict about like the dress code. Of course, they have school uniform, like middle school and high school, but they even are not allowed to dye their hair. They need black hair. Even foreigners, if they just have maybe brown hair, they have to color it black. Makeup is also not allowed, and fingernails and stuff like that, so it's really, really strict. And also short hair, like girls like short hair like this, they have to cut it. I'm like, wow. Wow, just wow, okay. I don't know what the purpose of this is, like this extreme thing. I mean, school uniform, okay, but like having to dye your natural hair if you maybe have a bit lighter hair because you're mixed or a foreigner, that would be too much for me. I want to talk about one thing concerning makeup once more. There is makeup for men, and men do wear makeup, but not as much as one might think first. So I have never seen a man like on the street with like eye makeup or something like that. If they do, they usually use only like BB cream, like foundation stuff for your skin, but they don't really, it's not really common to do like fancy eye makeup as a man. So they do use a little bit, and you would see, like, for example, if you go to Olive Young, that's just like a makeup store with many different brands where most people like buy their makeup. You would see just guys being like in the shop on their own without their girlfriends, or just a group of guys, a bunch of guys, like maybe high school boys or young university guys just walking there and buying makeup for themselves. So you would see that sometimes. It's common. Oh goodness, one thing that annoys me is red beans. Red bean paste. It's everywhere. You know those mochis or mochis? I call them mochis, but here apparently they say mochis. The Japanese Japanese rice cake. Korea also has like a rice cake that is filled with red beans, the red bean paste, and this red bean paste can be everywhere in anything. Like when you buy like a certain bread or like a baked something from the convenience store and you bite on it and then you're like, oh, it's red bean paste in there. Or those really popular, I don't know what the name of it is, I still don't know. If I find out, I will blend it in, but like those fish-shaped breads, I showed them in the last vlog. There can be also with a different filling, but really popular and really common is just red beans, and I don't like it. Sometimes it can be good, but not all the time. Not all the time. First I thought it's like chocolate or something, but no, it's red beans, and it's actually like due to the history, like because red beans were in the bad times of Korea were kind of the only thing that was sort of sweet, a bit sweet. It's not really sweet for us today, but it was sort of the sweetest thing they could find when sugar was really limited. So they used it really often, but I don't like it. Wow, another thing would be that Korean people are brushing their teeth like everywhere and after every meal. I mean, it's actually a good thing, but would you take your toothbrush and your toothpaste to school or to work to brush your teeth like in the bathroom there? It's not really a thing that you see in Westerners, and people would just be really weird, like looking at you like, why are you brushing your teeth in the restroom, huh? But in Korea, even like before I actually entered the country at the airport in Helsinki, I saw a group of women in the restroom. Apparently Korean, also like the language was Korean that they spoke. They were all brushing their teeth before the flight. It's pretty normal, and I saw many people like also doing that in the train or, you know, just in public places. So it's really normal to brush your teeth everywhere after every meal, so twice a day. I don't know. I mean, it's a good thing, but kind of weird, especially like you maybe don't know if you have all the hygienic conditions at any place when you're in a public toilet or something, but it's just normal to them. A thing that I'm not really happy about are rude old people. Old people can be really rude, really rude. It feels like they think that they have the right to be rude to the young people or to foreigners. Even Korean young people say that it's not really nice, like they don't think it's nice that rude people are behaving like they're the kings of this country and can behave the way they want, and they sometimes are just really loud, and you know, maybe it's because of the structure or this politeness that they like younger people should show towards elder people, but it's really annoying. It's just annoying sometimes that they think that they can behave just the way they want towards you. So wow, marriage in Korea. People get married here quite late lately because of the economic conditions. Tradition-wise, people are not meant to live together before they're married. Like a couple is not meant to live together before they're married. Many 30-year-old men, women still live with their parents if they're not married. That's like really weird for our society in the Western culture, but that's normal. And many people don't want to get married that early or can't because first they need money to build or to buy a new house, and they always buy everything new for this house. Like they're like crazy about that. So it's kind of like the tradition, the like cultural thing about marriage, and the marriage itself is like a really short ceremony. All the preparations for that before is like huge. Once again, Korean schools. We are living next to a school, that's why you hear like the school bell from time to time in the video. The thing is, apparently the 14th of November, like this was like last week, is a really important day. It's like where they have like the big exams or the final exams, I don't know. This is why I saw on that day, and I was first really confused before I knew. There were like police cars being parked in front of the building, not blocking, but kind of just protecting or sitting in front of the entrance. I was like, okay, did something happen? Then I found out that it was an exam day. Also, during like the whole day, in the whole Korea, they are not allowed to use airplanes because of the noise. It's just wow, they're doing such a big deal out of it because like, I mean, exams are really important to them, and this is kind of the most important one in the whole year, so they're doing a big fuss out of it. So another thing would be seats in the subway. I was really surprised when I saw this. I mean, I've been talking about this in a video before, 2.5 years ago, I think. There are special seats for old people, pregnant people, disabled people that like have to be like reserved for those people. Even when there's nobody sitting on it, like no old person, nobody would sit on it, or even if the subway is extremely like full. and people are standing, but there are no old people who want to sit on there. The young people, they are not going to sit on it still. In Western culture, usually like if the seat is free, people just sit on it, and if there is a person coming in that needs the seat, we will just stand up for them. But here you don't even sit on it at all. And later I found out that it's kind of uncool for young people to do that. If they do that, they like it's not really a cool thing to do that, apparently. That's a reason why they don't really do it. It's a cultural thing also, why they don't sit on it. It's not like political a rule or you will punished for that or something, but they don't do it, like also like cultural thing wise. And the last thing until now is once again K-beauty, and it's especially about the weight. Of course we know that there are Asian people, they want to be thin and stuff, but they're really extreme. And some people, they say that when they were in Europe, like women, people didn't tell them that they're fat. They said that they're normal and healthy, but when they back in Korea, people say them constantly that they should lose weight. Even their family says it. Wow, it's like what the fuck? And sometimes like among girls it would be like the friends themselves would say, oh no, you don't have to lose weight, you're normal, but still then dieting even though they're even thinner than the person who wants to do a diet. That's a thing that drives me crazy sometimes. I mean, how fat am I then, please? I see sometimes like middle school, high school girls which are just extremely thin, and you just see that they make crash diets all the time. I'm like, girl, you're too young to actually do diets at all. Culture can destroy many human beings, like their natural way of being, into a culture-defined one. Whatever, for now that was my list of the culture shocks I had so far. I don't know if there are gonna be any more. Maybe, maybe not, but if, I will definitely do another video on that one. I hope it was okay that I was holding the camera like this, but I'm sitting on a bed and I don't have another tripod. Whatever. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was interesting and not too long. If needed, I will just cut it maybe like in 2 parts. Then I wish you a good week, a great time. Stay healthy, and we'll see each other next time. Goodbye.